Hello, everybody. Welcome. Whoa! Look at this. This is a banner act with a fruit bowl and Chen Tao with a fruit bowl and Box without a fruit bowl. So, welcome, everybody, to this live Kun-Lai Campfire. We're going to be talking about the new 10.2.6 patch coming out tomorrow, and we're just going to kind of casually run island expeditions. We absolutely are going to be looking at the chat during this too, so we can respond to any questions or topics, and we want to make it interactive. Like, what do you guys think it is? Because we could have done a whole episode on this, but we felt it was more appropriate to just do something like this. I think for a topic like this, and we haven't done a podcast in a while, so we got the whole gang here. We have not just Ban and Chen Tao, we have Skull and Hadi over here, so that's pretty cool. And also Zelrin, welcome. We saw you waiting earlier. So, without further ado, I will queue us up for an island expedition, but while we do this, and I apologize if you guys hear me smashing my keyboard during this, it's knowing me. That's the beauty, Zelrin. We don't know what the pirate patch even is. So I'm going to set sail here, because we're actually playing the pirate patch right now secretly. This is actually found gameplay.
We pirated the pirate patch. Also, hello there.
Yeah, Island Expeditions 2. The hype is real.
I hope we're on Durandal because of the machinima. Okay, we're on the Dread Chain. That's a cool map.
The Dread Chain.
So I'm on the dreaded loading screen.
We're being played for fools. There's an eye patch to the logo because they're adding eye colors and nothing else. I could see that.
Dude,
there's nothing else.
It's the selfie camera of Dragonflight.
If they're adding eye patches into the logo, then we need eye patch transmog.
I think that's something we should start with. So I hope we do get some cool pirate transmog, and I think Ban wants maybe imagine a Horde eye patch Ban.
Yo.
Oh, dude, that'd be so cool. Horde and Alliance ones. Oh man.
If they add HD eye patches, Bannerek will be making immediate changes to Ban's appearance. Yeah.
Right? That. Oh my god, eye patches would be sick. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I would love to play an Alliance human with an eye patch. It's one of those rugged Alliance soldiers that. That's what I would use that for. I know it's totally random.
Human. How dare you play
the Alliance.
You see, guys, this is the podcast in a nutshell, and we're
playing the Alliance. My favorite character is Gin Greyman. He's such a colored character with multifaceted personality and lore. He built the wall just like Donald Trump. Politics.
Whoa.
Okay. So moving off of everything Ban just said there, let's talk about the pirate patch.
I'm gonna get canceled by the working people.
Let's
lying.
So let's
goodbye, Ban. It was nice knowing you, man.
Goodbye, Ban. Okay, let's remove him from the call.
I had a fun career. Time to kill some Mogu.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Besides Ban killing some Mogu, something that I hope we get from this patch is, and I think a lot of people have speculated this, but in that little screenshot, it's definitely some sort of new area, which I kind of hope there's a little mini zone that we can go to, and maybe they said it's a limited time event, but maybe it's a reoccurring one, right? Maybe we'll have it once a year where we go have this new pirate faction. Where I was talking to someone else about this, but I was actually talking to Evo about it, but it might be an early version of Delves we might be playing. That would be kind of cool. I would be down with that. If it was an early version of Delves, that would be super cool. I'm actually pretty excited for Delves, mainly in the fact that I think we would have Chen Stormstout as a character for that at some point, and I don't know what characters we might see. I hope we see Flynn again tomorrow. That would be cool. Or all the little pirate characters in Kultiris.
Pack leader wasn't good. We'll talk about that later on, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we can bring up those after.
I think it would be really cool if it was Plunder Isle, because that's been a thing for a while in the lore that hasn't really been well focused on. I forget if Plunder Isle is actually in the Barrens or not. I don't think it is.
Plunder Isle, I don't know if it is. I hope we do get. Ooh, hey, good work, fellas. Oh, I got something. I got a mount. Oh.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
See? It's all working out, Box.
It is all working out. My my whole life is now complete. Now, let's see what that mount is. Is that...
But,
oh, it's a Yeti! Cool.
You got a Yeti mount?
Yeah, I got this
Dang.
little guy. He's pretty cool.
Nice.
That is pretty lit. So, like... Yeah, like, gosh, there's so much... Oh, thank you, Jakai. There.
Yeah, the Plunder Isle is said to be on the South Seas. So it exists, and we haven't been there yet.
It's in, like, I feel like, if they could tie that in with, like, maybe, like, some little War Within teases, because, like, if we're looking at the map here, like, the new continent's, like, over by Kalimdor, by, like, off Daenerys in between Pandaria and that, so, like, Plunder Isle could fit in that area, and we might... I would love just to get some sort of, like, just more teases at, like, what, not to quote our good old friend Zoval here, but, like, what's to come, you know? That's...
How dare you?
I had to,
Dare
I'm
you?
sorry, man.
Out of all the characters, to be like, yeah, they said this quote. Zoval's the one you choose.
Yeah,
We almost forgot, Box. We almost forgot.
Kai, is there anything like that you're interested in the patch? Like, even though because there's literally no info on it. Like, Blizzard
Yeah.
has kept it tight-lipped.
I was gonna say, man, it's so hard to really think on what it could be. Part of me was wondering if maybe there might be some PvP action, actually.
Oh, I would love that.
I did think Systems Test 2 was also going to be a big one, especially with them saying, like, it's a limited time thing. I was like, okay, this is going to be a good way to, or a good opportunity to kind of test out a bunch of stuff that they plan on implementing in the future, but that feels kind of obvious. But yeah, I think it'd be really cool to, I don't know, I wouldn't say like a BG, I would say maybe like an Ashran-esque kind of thing, but maybe that could be incorporated along with some other stuff, because I feel like it wouldn't be PvP exclusive or anything. But I do think it will involve PvP. I just have a hunch. No evidence, just a hunch.
Now, do you think... I am curious, because you mentioned, like, PvP, Kai. Do you think there might be any PvE elements, like a boss or, like, gear catch-up mechanics for new alts for Season 4?
Yeah, I do think they're going to probably be going for, like, a balance between the two, to be honest with you. I guess I brought up the PvP thing exclusively because of the fact that, you know, PvE feels like a given, but I would say maybe like a Timeless Isle-esque kind of thing would be really cool.
I'd like that.
Those were some good times.
Yeah, like, I hope there's something to work towards for a little while till Season 4, too. Like, I'd be down for
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. But, overall, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like most of it might be aesthetic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm fine with. Fine.
I was gonna say there's also the mention of the Night Squall from Forbidden Reach, which is what a lot of people think it might be, which is basically this night elf who's able to, like, sail into, like, the other side of Azeroth and knows that something's there.
Mm-hmm.
And he survived, which is very rare in Warcraft's lore. Like, no one really returns usually from that. There was also the mention during Lorthamar and Thalbristra's wedding that Jaina was dealing with some pirates. So maybe they'll do something with that, and the Kultirian people are involved. Maybe even the Zandalari involved. We know that Talanji might have a role in War Within, so maybe this could be a good time to kind of, like,
I would
fester with that for the
love some
Horde.
Zandalari stuff there. Like, I would love that.
They are our best pirate. Well, not pirateers, but, like, they are the best at shipping ships, and the Kultirian are the best at the Alliance. So maybe, like, Horde get Talanji, Alliance get Jaina, and maybe, like, Flynn as well, and then, like, the Horde would get the guy we're dealing with right now. I don't know. It's something. I can't really think of too many, like, Horde pirate characters besides, like. Yeah, I can't really think of any.
I think Talanji, or maybe that Zandalari captain from the Battle of Dazar'alor. I forget her name, but the one that. I know
this guy that I would imagine it would be Captain Rezokun.
Yeah.
Currently talking with.
The Bit Zandalari are best at shipping, Elred says. I see.
I knew someone would use that.
I almost said something. I'm not gonna lie to you. He said
it did go through my mind too, but
their opinion on Thrall and Jaina, best ship. Should have happened. I love Agra, but Thrall and Jaina would have been a very cute couple. Very
Yeah, it'd have been pretty
controversial.
cool.
Very will get people mad. I know that Estrell's boyfriend hates when I say that. Who's Estrell? Who's her boyfriend? I don't know. They're not in the chat.
So I think, like, we're excited about the story aspects, obviously, but, like, I feel like there's a lot they could do with it. Like, these, I'm just going to say something, and I think you guys would agree with this. These maps that we're running around in right now are, like, criminally underrated for what they could have been used for. Like,
Yeah,
these
man.
expedition maps are actually really cool. Like, I've used this map we're on right now in a machinima, and honestly, it was one of the most fun places I ever got to film backgrounds in. Legit. It was one of the
I would
most fun
love. Part of what I thought was going to happen with Island Expeditions, the way it sounded, but like what I really wanted, this was like all the way back in Warlords of Draenor when we were getting shipyards. I thought we were going to get like customizable ships that would be able to sail the seas of Draenor with. Obviously, we didn't get that. We just got Followers 2.0 with ships instead.
Yeah.
But like, and then like they did say this is a temporary thing, but like I know people want like player housing, but like I feel like a good like, foreshadowing for player housing would be player ships. So like you get like a ship you can customize. You'd have like a crew, which would be your new follower system. And I don't think it's this. I think this is way too big for a mini event, but like it's just an idea. That would be cool.
I
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually gonna branch off from that. I was gonna say it's really, really a shame we can't like just hang out in them afterward, because like those are such awesome like zones, especially for role play or something. Like that was something we were really hoping for back then, especially with Snow Blossom Village. Zelman mentioned the
Oh
Pandaren
my
Island
gosh,
position.
Snow
Snow Blossom would have been so cool to role play in, and just like such a missed opportunity there that we can't like go to these places afterward. But it's whatever.
I do hope we see Flynn and Shaw. That would be cool.
Yeah. Oh heck yeah.
I feel like those are easy
Sil brought that up.
characters.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Let's go full exploring book series. The Alliance got Flynn and Shaw as their book series characters, and you know what the Horde got? They got Rexar and Zakan. So you know what? Let's get those 4 characters as our main headers for the next. There's no way they're doing Rexar for a pirate patch.
Hey, you don't know.
I would eat my own. I would eat my own hat if they have Rexar as a main character. Like, I'm saying main character. I don't care. Like, if he shows up for like a blip second, that doesn't count. I'm talking like he's like, heroes of the Horde. There's been a new island off the coast of Pandaria that you must go visit. Come with me, and we shall.
Ban, you just gave me an idea. So tomorrow,
Okay.
G and Asa are going to be the ambassadors to lead us into this, because I have to say this every
Okay.
podcast. So they're going to say, there's these pirates that need the Horde and Alliance's help, champion. Go do it. Then that'll be all they get, but I will cry because that's all we got. Like, in a good way.
All right, I'm hyping you up a little too much. I'm gonna make Box cry because it doesn't happen.
What it's gonna be is that Jane is out there like picking flowers for her BF, and Rexar's gonna hear about it, and we're gonna go out there and we're gonna burn it down.
Oh my god!
It's gonna be great.
Don't do my buddy Rexar dirty. Oh my god! the most cracked ship ever is Rexar and Jaina.
Ever since BFA, yeah. It's kind of a.
I mean, he killed her dad, so it's like
Yeah.
that's
Oh yeah, that too. Dang.
Yeah, but she never really seemed that jaded towards him about it. Although she kind of was in BFA, but like we never saw it apparently. Scrap storylines, yeah. How do we always do this? I'm not doing this on purpose, I swear.
I'm actually really hoping the patch has some BFA vibes, because I really love BFA, like, thematically, like, the zones and stuff. They're like, look at this! This island's fucking cool! Excuse my language.
It is cool, yeah.
Like, this is cool stuff.
Battle for Azeroth is like my guilty pleasure expansion. I know people will hate me for saying it, but like I do really like it a lot. I think it's not like the most like perfect expansion. It's not Mr. Pandaria, but like it's a comforting expansion. I don't know. It's really hard for me to like explain it, but I just really like it a lot more than I did Legion. Legion I just had a lot of Legion wasn't bad either, by the way. I know everyone always tries to like paint it as me hating on Legion.
I like Legion better, but I do have a soft spot for BFA. Like, I don't consider it one of the weaker. I consider the story in some parts really bad, but like I like the art and the music.
You can be disappointed all you want. I still won't change my tune.
I would say I mostly just dislike BFA's premise. That was really the only thing.
Yeah,
I mean, I like the rest of the expansion, but the whole, Horde's evil, not really any nuance to it. Was really what killed it for me.
I think it would have been a little bit. I don't mind the premise of Horde and Alliance fighting again. That always is going to happen, in my opinion. Yeah. Especially after Legion. Like, I know a lot of people are like, I remember like this was one thing that confused me, but I remember big lore people were confused why the Alliance and Horde were fighting, but like Stormheim existed, the Broken Shore existed, and like, yeah, those were miscommunications for some of it, but the Horde and Alliance fighting made sense to me. I just think it should have been the Alliance started it, and it shouldn't have been Teldrassil burning.
I actually think Sylvanas should have been framed. I really do believe that.
Yeah. I would have had Queen Ajara frame Sylvanas, and it would have been like a whole big thing. And Sylvanas would have to prove her innocence, and it would be like a whole change in the dynamic of Sylvanas, because like the Horde would hate her, the Alliance would hate her, a lot of people wouldn't trust her, and like it would change the dynamic. And like I wouldn't have this like be like a big like Sarfang is wrong storyline or anything like that. It'd be mostly just like Sylvanas having to prove her innocence and like adapt and become more honorable like she was supposed to, in my opinion. Like, I think her remaining the same character, or getting worse rather, was a mistake.
Right.
I actually kind of really would have liked to see them follow more of the scheme that they were going for in Stormheim. Maybe have a thing where there's unrest in Gilneas kind of thing, and like Anduin and Greymane are like having secret meetings and blah blah blah. There's one where Greymane is like, I've got to show my people a victory, over her or something. I don't know. And then after a lot of persuasion, let's say, like, he convinces Anduin to blue light a mission to try and assassinate Sylvanas when she's doing some weird thing. It goes wrong, and like a lot of people die or something. Something horrible happens, and then I don't know, just add more nuance to it, because like the Alliance has a good reason to want to get back at Sylvanas after what she did, but at the same time, it's like, can you justify what happened, kind of thing. I felt like there was so much more to work with.
I really wanted them, because this has been a character since Mista Pandaria that I've not really liked, but I understand her nuance. Like, she's a very well-written character for why she hates the Horde and why she has such animosity towards them. The problem is I don't remember her name, but she was in charge of the Skyfire. She was Captain Rogers.
Oh yeah! Oh my god, I love her.
Admiral Rogers.
Captain Rogers would have been a perfect antagonist for the Horde. Again, she's justified in her hatred towards the Horde, but she always takes it too far, and I feel like she is a underrated character, and like I don't know if I would have her like become a full-on villain, but she always seemed like she was treading on that at the very least, and like it didn't seem like she really learned the lessons from Daria. She even like outright opens fire at the Horde while they're heading to Stormheim, and grant you, the Horde were up to some pretty messed up stuff back then, but they didn't know that, and like it easily could have like led to like open war with the Horde, and it led to some conflicts. Like, she did like order the Alliance to kill like Horde who were trying to surrender, and that always messed me up. Like, I was like, that's a war crime. And like I always had the kind of issue with the Alliance, because like the Alliance tend to get away with stuff more than the Horde does. Like, when the Horde does something bad, they get on blast for it almost immediately, while the Alliance kind of don't.
You know what, Ben, though, honestly, as Horde biased as I am, I think the
the Horde almost always does stuff worse. I'm not trying to make it like,
more often.
Horde, and like, it's not like the Horde like doesn't get off. Like, we do get a little bit off scot-free, just a little bit. Like, in a normal real world situation, the Horde probably would have been disbanded by now with like half the stuff it's done. but
Yeah.
we live in a fantasy world where the Horde is pretty gray. Like,
Yeah.
it's not all bad, it's not all evil, but it's all not good. It's a complicated faction, and that's why we like it.
So I do have a question for you guys. Just to get back on maybe like more of the stuff we might see tomorrow. Do you guys think there's gonna be any chance of a like raid, like a small raid?
I don't know, because it's a temporary event. Why would they do a temporary raid? You know?
Well, like it would be like a
there's-
one boss one or like a two boss one.
Like a
I could
Crucible of
see it
Storms kind of
being-
situation.
Yeah, like just a small boss or something.
A world boss?
Maybe I was gonna say world boss seems more likely. I don't see like an actual raid, but I could see a world boss or maybe even a few.
I
But-
could see kind of like, in my eyes, it kind of reminds me a little bit of because this is like, if you remember Cataclysm, we had the Fall of Zalazane event, and I feel like it'd be something more along the lines of that.
I like that event.
But it would be more repeatable. It'd be kind of like a combination of the Timeless Isle and the Fall of Zalazane, is what I'm guessing at, maybe. They could also make use of their technology of some scenarios of Mr. Pandaria. I miss scenarios.
Yeah, those were
Scenarios
good.
Me too.
were really good, and I really think that they messed up by discontinuing them after they were a really good way of like telling stories, like when Vol'jin gets assassinated, or like the Dark Heart of Pandaria, where you learn about the heart of Yasharaj and where it's buried. I loved those, and like they were like mini dungeons, but like they were more about the story. They were more about the narrative, because like I feel like dungeons, they're well and good and they do get their point across, but like I feel like scenarios did a little bit of a better job of like telling a story.
Yeah, it
I
felt
would
more
love their-
interactive. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love the return of a scenario like you go with like 3 of your friends to go take down the Night Squall or something. I know I would kind of prefer a raid, but I'm kind of open with either a dungeon or a world boss or a scenario. They can kind of do whatever. They could do all 3 if they wanted.
That
That's a
might
bit much,
be
though.
paving the way for, and this is a little bit far fetched, but the time running pandemonium thing. Maybe it has something to do with
Whoa.
the scenarios coming back from Mob.
I'm really excited for Pandemonium, because it seems like
Yeah.
it seems like a big celebration of Mr. Pandaria, which I always felt like Blizzard neglected on. Like, I feel like they realized afterwards that people loved Mob.
Oh,
Hindsight, yeah.
They have to know that
It-
people love Mop now.
I think that it became more realized during Legion, but like during WoD, I think that they were kind of like dragging their feet a little bit. Like, oh, people hated Mists. This
You
is rough,
you could
we're
see
sad.
it. Oh, you could 100% see it in the writing in some spots. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was like the whole thing that literally got me into YouTube. Practically, it was like, I feel like the Pandaren don't do anything anymore since Mop, and it was like,
Yeah.
they've done better nowadays, but during Legion was like, and like I didn't like the most iconic Pandaren like in Legion being Nomi. You know what I mean? Like in the
Yeah.
community, like that just didn't feel good. Like I know we had the Monk Order Hall and stuff, but that's just a whole nother thing. But just it was
There, in Wars of Draenor, there was that one single Shadowpan Pandaren character in the Grand Fur Alliance only, Zelrun.
Yeah.
And they
I
were
remember
there to
that.
kind of like that was like the only character I remember, because I thought it was interesting, because I was like, oh, they're here to kind of like help out in the because like the Shadowpans
Garrosh.
were really big, and yeah, they're heavily involved in Garrosh's imprisonment.
Yeah, like I would have thought like honestly like Terran Zoo of all people after recovering might have been a big part of WoD, and he wasn't. That's a whole random thing though.
I feel like it makes sense for him to remain on Pandaria, though, because there was a big mess to clean up after that.
Yeah,
It would
that's
have made
true.
it would have been a little weird if he was like, I'm gonna go on this alternate Draenor to hunt down Garrosh, because like I feel like the problem with like Warlords of Draenor and like is you have a lot of characters you'd probably want to kill Garrosh, and Thrall was the one they chose,
Mhm.
and it made sense.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Thrall made
Obvious-
the most sense.
I would have loved it if it was a Thrall and Vol'jin adventure, but then like the Alliance basically have like
No one.
not really anything.
Hey, welcome to the stream, Nox. Nah, no
No panda photo tonight?
the panda didn't take over the stream tonight. So we took back over the stream for this podcast. So like, but
To
the
be fair,
panda.
there are two pandas in that image.
That's fair, but it's not the panda with the headset. So that's
True.
there's this box in Jakai, but like if that
We liberated it from the panda.
yeah, we ended up just like buying the panda like Subway, and it was like I'll take a break for tonight.
Subway.
Yeah, Subway wanted. It was like, you know what, you guys can do the podcast on here, do some island expeditions, but I'll take over the stream again at some point. But
I would
yeah,
have figured he would have wanted Panda Express, if I'm being honest.
Hey,
I like Panda Express.
I haven't had it for a minute.
which is a good time
Chinese
to
food
mention.
messes me up.
So I have a question for you guys about something that like won't happen tomorrow, but like I'll say it, I would shit myself if it happened. Is there any chance, do you think we will get a quest line where, for whatever reason, Blizzard's like, you know what, let's give goblins Gill Goblin customization?
That would be
Again,
interesting.
I don't think they'll do that, because imagine you're a Gill Goblin fan, right? And you're like, oh man, I freaking love Gill Goblins, and you miss this event. You can never get these Gill Goblins. Like,
Well, no, I don't think
it's
it'd
a
go like
limited.
that.
It would probably be a quest that you
Well-
could do outside of the event if they did something like
So-
that.
A way
well,
to introduce those
that's
things
the-
alongside it.
That's
maybe.
the only addendum I think that they could do, but like I feel because it's a limited time event, I'm really not sure if they're going to be adding like an allied race or customization through it. I think at most we'll get like pirate gear, like I said, eye patches, or like swords and pirate hats, and maybe even like a cool coat, you know, like the Coltirian coats that everyone loves. I feel like that's more the speed we're gonna get, probably. I'd be shocked if they were like, yeah, let's add customization through it. I'd be down, but it has to be like you can get it like again, like you can get it after the event.
Yeah, I think you know, as long as you can still get it, like that's. I could definitely see some sort of cosmetics. I like the. Oh, I just want to point out, I like that logo that Blizzard made with the pirate flag and stuff, the WoW thing. I like it. Like I like
how
that
blue
hype.
it is.
Honestly, so I have a question for you guys, and this is going to be like probably a little bit of the sweaty part of the discussion. But do you think the community as a whole is going to be happy with this, or you think they're going to be disappointed no matter what Blizzard does tomorrow? Like, I'm genuinely curious about that, because I've already seen people be like, there's no way they're going to meet the hype of whatever this is. Like,
I think it's gonna divide the player base like it always does, in my opinion. You're gonna have people who are happy with it, and you're gonna have people who are like, "This was it. This is it. This is what you promised us." Because that's what it was with the Gilnean event. Like, people were either happy with it or disappointed. Like, you and me were like, "Oh, this is all right. This is fine," but other people were, "What is this? This is not worth the 10-year hype of retaking Gilneas back. This is not okay."
Yeah, the hype. I would say it would be difficult to live up to the hype, especially with, you know, with how secretive they're being with it.
right.
Yeah, they're being extra
That's a little
secretive,
dangerous,
and, like,
I think. In terms
I
of
feel
like, you know,
like-
reception, I mean.
yeah, I feel like it's a double-edged sword where you you do something like that, because like, yeah, it's nice to have the whole like secrets and like the impact of the secrets, like going whoa for the first time, and like it not being data mined on Wowhead a month ahead of time. There is like a fun factor to that, I will agree. But with this,
Brings back memories, I'll say that.
Yeah, it
you're running
does.
the
It
risk of
does.
people like you're running the risk of people going like, okay, this is because they are hyping it up. They've been hyping it up, and they've been and like I don't think they've gone like you're gonna really want to see this. I don't think they've said that yet, but like
They've
when you put a
been.
carrot on the stick and wave it around, that carrot better taste good.
That was a good analogy, man.
Realistically, I don't think there'll be
Yeah.
a lot of lore implications and stuff with it. Like, I think it's mostly just going to be some kind of silly, fun thing to do. I don't think it's going to be something to take very seriously.
I think they'll still do something seriously at the lore for lore enjoyers. Like, I think that Night School thing that I mentioned earlier, like, why mention that? Why mention pirates? Why mention this one character that sailed the seas? Like, I feel like it is going to involve him at the very least. Because I'd be very surprised. Like, why drop that in Forbidden Reach and not do anything with it?
And as Zelrun said, Zoval is going to come back.
No.
And Leandra said, I've already sort of disconnected with WoW. I'll probably be watching, but not the most invested. Honestly, I have a lot of friends that follow the game still, but then they stop playing too. I get that.
I'm... Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, in truth, like, at least lore-wise, I'm not nearly as invested in the game anymore lately either. It's just not my cup of tea. So I kind of get that perspective. I mean, I still play, but, like, I don't really care too much about what's going on in lore.
So this
simple as that might be to say here.
So this is, like, a totally random topic about that, but, like, Dragonflight... So I liked BFA, most of it, besides, like, 8.3. But, like, Dragonflight really reinvigorated a lot of my love, because there's just a lot of cool moments. Like, I'll outright say it, Scale Commander Sarkareth was an amazing villain. I'm not even memeing. I'm not memeing about that too, by the way. He's one of my favorite characters in Dragonflight. I thought he was really cool.
I think you're just a high school bully, and you just like watching him get bullied so much.
Damn!
I think that's what it is. It's like every time, like, we push him down and steal his lunch money.
He does kind of get pushed down a lot, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, and like we steal his lunch money, and we're like, nerd, but like we let him go.
Poor Sarkareth.
I think that Shadowlands was kind of like it was probably the first time in a very long time in WoW. I don't think it usually happens ever, actually, that I was like, I lost interest in the game's lore. Like, it was the first time I think that ever happened to me. Didn't really happen in Dragonflight. I started getting back into it again, which was nice.
Right.
War Within definitely seems more mighty, with Thrall coming back and the focus on the old gods and the Sargeras sword, like stuff that I thought was going to happen in Battle for Azeroth, really. It kind of feels like Battle for Azeroth, but if it was written by Metzen, then there isn't any faction conflict, really.
I also hate picturing Ban pouring a cup of tea when he said it isn't my tea.
Man, you just hate me drinking tea. I'm excited again for WoW's lore, but I do understand like falling out of it at times. I do hope it can bring people back in. It's I think it's difficult because like I think a lot of people have just been let down throughout the years, and like you can't always what's the word? I feel like it's hard to get people back on board after you've kept disappointing them, and like the other thing is just like people have so many niches in WoW. Like so many people like orcs, so many people like humans, so many people like night elves, and like if you're a Pandaren player, for example, you ain't getting shit.
Oh my gosh!
Who in here could be a Pandaren player? Imagine.
I don't know. I don't think anyone plays them anymore.
Nah, I don't think either.
Gone.
I just gotta say,
that's actually kind of true, sadly.
Kai's mount is the perfect panda mount.
Oh heck yeah!
I got the one off of Galleon recently, and I really like it. I had it.
I got that one too. Yeah.
Like it's just like, you know what, Kai, I'll match you this run. It looks so cool. The one with the drums is sick. Oh wait, they both have drums. But like yeah, like the color scheme.
Yeah, they both do. I like the Brawlers one just because like I think it matches the color scheme more.
It looks more horde like.
Yeah.
Imagine liking Pandaren. I think the Sukuna guy should do something about them. Blue, I see you there. And Sukuna is a fraud from Jujutsu, guys.
I think that the Pandaren could take on Sukuna because all they have to do is Karma Strike and reflect all the damage that Sukuna does back at him, and bada bing, bada boom, the Pandaren win.
I like that show.
I like that show too. I gotta mess with Blue though. Blue's just gonna be like, alright, here's a long post on why that wouldn't work, because Sukuna can take as much damage as possible, and reflecting the damage back at him really wouldn't do anything.
So I just gotta say, what's it called? I like how this podcast went from 10.2.6 to Jujutsu Kaisen.
And anime talk time. Woo!
I think I know.
Sorry.
I am not making a green draft.
It's
here.
no,
What are you talking
Zelrin's
about?
telling the truth. We all blocked each other because Ban was gonna turn Ban into a green drag thing.
What? I would never do such a thing. What are these lies and slander?
So this is the best speculation on YouTube right now for this match.
Man,
Beautiful.
Blue is bringing up logic into this chat. We gotta ban him.
Yeah,
So-
that's gotta go.
Yeah, we can't have logic. So I have a weird question because I don't think we brought this up on the topic of 10.2.6.
Yeah.
What I know we brought up a few characters like Flynn, Shaw would be pretty cool. The Captain Razukan on the Horde. I'd be down for that.
Rexar, Zakan. Ooh, maybe even Lily.
Oh, Lily would be cool. Especially at the
Those
end
are
of
the
exploring
new-
Pandaria. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just realized
That was a
that.
good catch, Ban. That was a good catch.
Yeah, I just realized that because we were talking about Chen and Rexar, so it
That's
makes sense.
I would love, and finally we'll have a new updated Lily model. But I would love if we
Except
had
she'll
Chen.
be.
We need Chen.
She needs a pink pirate outfit.
I could see that.
I think that she needs to retain the colors of pink. There's very few characters in Warcraft who wear pink, so it's just kind of her colors.
Can you guys imagine if like every race gets their own like navy or like ship that they're on? So there's like a
Yo,
Wojin boat.
Really cool, man. Oh, don't even hype me up like that. Dang it.
I feel like this is a really good way to make us feel very disappointed tomorrow.
Yeah, I was like, dang it, Vox, don't make me really want something that I'm not gonna get.
I think
Don't give me hope.
I'm starting to overhype myself, to be honest, for tomorrow. Ooh, I got a thunder
What?
scale whelpling. Cool.
Same here.
I can't.
We
I
ended the
can't wait.
expedition with this
Oh.
human saying my body is ready. Sorry, that's all I'm gonna say.
My body is ready. I can't wait for tomorrow's event to just be VTubers showing up in World of Warcraft talking about pirates.
I could see that happening.
It'd be hilarious if it even wasn't pirate themed and they all thinking it's gonna be Sakuna Kai. What is with the Jujutsu Kaisen talk?
I hope Gojo shows up tomorrow in the pirate.
There's too much. This is a really good way to get Evo to quit WoW.
How to disappoint you and your friends for Kun-Lai podcast. It's true, Leandra. Also, I'm working on a Drakthir for the Chromatic and Twilight Flight. That'd be pretty interesting, actually. That'll look cool. You can kind of do that with the skin colors, can't you? With like the pink one, kind of, or not the pink one, but like the violet one and stuff. I can't wait for tomorrow's event being a 4-hour-long grind. I wonder how long. I mean, like it's I hope it's just kind of like gameplay wise. I hope it's like a fun, like repeatable thing. Like I'm not gonna lie, I know we've been doing the same 3 expeditions, but this has been kind of just chill. Like I haven't done expeditions.
Yeah, it has.
And we've gotten a lot of
honestly,
cosmetics.
Oh, yeah.
This is fun.
Well, that's what I thought it would be a fun little activity for us to do while we just talk.
Fitting.
I got the sword, the plundered blade of the Northern Kings. I've seen it in auction house, but it looks really. I've always wanted it. It looks cool.
I don't know how well it sells, but I mean, I would take a look.
Ooh,
So
it's that
pretty-
sword, the giant sword. You
I
gotta
want-
have a big ol' anime sword.
I want to use that on my Panda DK. I can't believe
I have-
Jackalope put Hala in her domain expansion during a tournament. That was brutal. Sorry, kind of you to
Wow.
cut you off.
Oh, you're good. I have what you call it. Oh my god, I've forgotten the name of the legendary from frickin' Wrath of the Lich King.
Oh, Shadowmourne.
Yeah, Shadowmourn. So I can't use anything but that on my DK.
Oh my god, that actually has to look sick on a
It
Panda.
does look sick, especially with the frickin' Mythic Antorus plate set.
Oh my god,
God, dude, it's so perfect. I gotta show you my Pandaren DK sometime. He looks so cool now, and I've got Invincible too. So he's
Fuck
like
yeah.
fully kitted out. for a
Oh
DK.
wow.
You're making me want to play Zan again. I haven't played him in a while.
Dude, they're cool. Pandaren, I mean, DKs in general, I think are kind of low-key cool, but I mean, Pandaren DK.
Rider of the Apocalypse Panda DK and War Within.
Oh man.
I want that. I'm definitely
man.
playing
Yeah.
Slayer Warrior Unbox because I'm toxic, and because there's a talent called like I think it was like Tunnel Vision or something. So yeah, I need that. Oh, there's a
Same with Rick and
banana.
Morrow to just be Pirates versus Ninjas BG.
Can you slip on these bananas? Oh my god, wait, you can. What is it? Oh wait, no, you
where?
can't. I thought you could slip on the banana. I was trying to. I'll just eat the banana. There we go.
Azeroth-chan.
Explain WoW
we gonna
plot
make-
badly. Everybody becomes a vampire and
Oh yeah, we might see the Vampirates.
Oh, yeah.
BFA?
Oh.
We need Lily versus the Vampirates. That's what the event is all about.
Lily
And then the Knights
becomes
will.
a vampire.
Oh god! Don't turn Lily into a Pandaren vampire. God.
Oh,
no.
oh man, she's gonna be. That's how they're gonna keep her forever young.
Ew.
She's gonna be like that vampire from Skyrim.
They'll be like, now we don't
Oh,
have to
boy.
update our character.
They're like,
All
now we
right,
need-
well,
Look at this
I
character.
can't believe
Done.
the lore from Twilight is intersecting into WoW in the year of 2024. I want to die.
No, what we're gonna get, it's actually gonna be like the pirates like steal like Garrosh's ashes from the Shadowlands and bring him
Oh,
back,
yeah.
and he creates the Iron Fleet.
The Iron Fleet. I was gonna say, actually, that sounds kind of badass.
That actually does sound pretty cool.
I think there is a faction called Iron Fleet in WoW.
Well, yeah, Garrosh leads it.
Fuck
Yeah, this
no.
is canon now.
Yeah, this is
No.
canon.
I hate you both.
Oh, all right, good work, fellas. We think that's another. I feel like we're getting faster at these. Like,
Heck yeah.
Probably. Yeah, they're not that hard. They were a little bit challenging during Shadowlands, near the end of Shadowlands, but like not really. If
Do
you're
you
lazy.
actually hate? Do you actually hate vampires? Oh, I was reading Zelrin's.
Me? Okay, so I like vampires, but I hate fake vampires like Twilight vampires. I also back during Wrath, in my earlier RP days of Banneret, I used to hunt down Sand Lane roleplayers who roleplayed very publicly in Silvermoon, and were doing some pretty murderous intentions, or just being Twilight vampires that need to die.
so Ban's a vampire hunter confirmed.
Ban was a vampire hunter in his past life.
So
yes.
this is what we need. We need a machinima where like Ban's like terrified of vampires. Oh hey, we're on Durandal from the machinima.
He wouldn't be terrified of vampires. He'd be hunting them, Box. There's a difference.
So that line where Ban's like, "I hate Revendreth," actually makes sense in the machinima.
I mean, it's nothing but vampires who are like, sin. I love eating sin.
So
yes.
Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Wait, are you saying I hate Astarion? Okay, only one of us in this call has killed Astarion. Astarion is a good boy. I like Astarion.
I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty indifferent toward him. I almost never had him in my group.
Look. Well, okay, I didn't either, but like, I didn't kill him.
Yeah, I didn't kill him. At least on my first character.
ooh, okay, so
Do you have something to say, Box? Do you
not
have
to
something
change
say
the
to your
subject,
lovely
but
audience?
I did kill Astarion by accident in my playthrough, but it was only because
Accident.
he was being sketchy at the beginning of the game. But I did have an idea real quick, Ban, for this patch, not to get everyone's expectations up again. I swear about this. No, I
Okay,
swear.
Change the subject.
So,
you go ahead. Yeah.
I brought up the idea of like racial fleets, but what if we get like a squad like in Pandaria with like a rep from each race, and they're like new characters?
New characters.
Well, some existing, some new.
I think it'd be kind of cool. I honestly would like to see
I
more new
want
characters.
old characters.
Hell yeah, Kai. The image of fancy SpongeBob describing Revendreth is now in my brain.
Ha 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 ha.
Poor Plankton.
Poor Plankton, indeed.
Sorry, I just had to throw that out there. He gets too much shit in SpongeBob.
Anyways, yeah. So
The stream
so
is
Box
dedicated.
doesn't. He doesn't accidentally kill Astarion. He intentionally killed Astarion.
He
There's a
he
big
tripped
difference.
and fell and accidentally threw a stake straight through his chest, which is kinda
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it was an accident, so I kind of
That's
get it.
definitely how it went down. You definitely did not commit crimes.
You must answer for your crimes.
Is killing a Astarion?
Garrosh.
Would you consider that a crime? I think.
I it's considered a crime to his fan base. So.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And I gotta put Box on blast for killing Astarion because it's just funny.
To be fair, though, Astarion was, like, trying to kill me twice at the beginning of the game. Plankton is the true boss of Rivendreth, and Mr. Krabs is being milked for sin.
That is an image that I did not need.
Hmm.
Do you guys remember the Garrosh milk?
I don't know.
I
know. I will say, just picture Mr. Krabs being like, being drained of anima.
Mr. Krabs and Garrosh getting on the milk machine.
Oh gosh.
There was god.
So, do you
Garrosh
guys
being
think?
referred to as a?
Do you guys think, since this is a pirate patch, that Plankton is gonna show up in the next patch?
What?
Yeah, because it's like
Why would Plankton?
it's sea
Plankton's not
themed.
a pirate.
It's like sea themed though.
Oh, okay.
So maybe Patchy the pirate would be there. Like that'd be kind of cool, right?
What about Captain Placeholder?
Captain Placeholder would be pretty lit.
Oh,
I think Captain Placeholder needs to make a cameo appearance.
I was gonna say that would be kind of a low key.
What?
Little
Someone
reference.
just handed me Dark Moon Firewater randomly.
Yeah, they did that to me a moment ago too. That's the reason why I'm. Well, I mean, I have
Oh.
like 100 of them in my inventory anyway. I have like almost 200
Yeah.
of them. But
Is there anything
Well,
that you
that's fine, nice.
guys like want specifically in the patch?
I want eye patches. I just want a ton of eye patch cosmetics, like a bunch of them, like for both eyes, not just like the one that I have on band, but like because a lot of
Ooh.
people are like, oh, I want an eye patch on this side. Oh, I want an eye patch on that side.
What about like the dragon mount from what's it called? That dungeon.
Oh, the time one.
Yeah, I love that dungeon from Shadowlands.
Some people do wonder if like because like I think that wasn't affected by the timelines. I don't think it was, unless the brokers have like some time anomaly shit going on. But it would be kind of interesting if like we go like there and like the infinite dragons there and they're like, yeah, you killed me in the future, or you killed me in a different timeline. But I'd like to see her come back. She was pretty neat.
I feel like that might be a thing because we're still in Dragonflight too. Like that might be a thing. I'd be down for that.
I'd be down for illegal Danish references, Zoran.
Yeah, I mean, I at the end of the day, like if Blizzard puts some cool pirate cosmetics in, which I think is guaranteed, like that's got to be a thing, right? Like
If I get new eye patch, because like the thing is we haven't had new eye patch armor since like Burning Crusade.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's needed bad.
Like I've been using this, and like grant you, the eye patch I'm wearing was a gift from Rexar himself from the Rexar questline from Burning Crusade, but it is very crusty, and I get told constantly by Thomshire and Zoran that a band needs to take it off, and I'm just like, but it's band's iconic eye patch, and there's like no other eye patches in the game.
It is kind of like no pun intended, iconic to ban,
Ah ha ha.
haha.
but
Will I
it's
get canceled for killing Flynn right now?
probably.
I probably get canceled
Because
I'm gonna do it anyway.
well, if you do that, we're not gonna have the pirate event tomorrow, so you can't do that, guy.
I'm doing it. I'm canceling the event, guys.
Damn,
Alright,
alright.
you know
If the event gets delayed or there's maintenance all day tomorrow, you know who to blame, guys.
Oh my gosh, he has a lot of health.
Blame
I might not
Ban, not Jakai.
What? I'm not doing anything to Flynn.
That's not what www.ban cancelthepatchtomorrow.org said.
Well, who created that website, Boximus?
Actually, Zelrin created that website, so.
Oh,
So
never mind.
Zelrin's to blame.
He can't die. He only drops to 1 HP and then he lives forever. Flynn,
Oh.
Flynn is guaranteed to be seen tomorrow.
So,
Good news, guys.
so Flynn is the threat that Zobol was warning us about. Okay.
so,
Yeah.
so the patch is happening still, fellas.
Yeah, good news.
Well, it's good to know that Jakai cannot stop the pirate patch.
Uh-oh, I
Not even I
apologize.
can stop it.
Oh, sorry. Just had a mega sneeze there.
At least it was just a sneeze. I don't think anyone heard it though, because I didn't hear it.
Nah, I muted really fast. Oh, hey, there's like a jetpack here. That's kind of cool.
After we get out of this, I gotta use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back.
Go
Okay.
ahead, Kai. Go ahead.
Use the potty.
I mean, like, definitely, like, I mean, we could talk a little bit about some of the war within. I mean, I feel like 10.2.6 ban we've kind of covered. There's not much to really say about it except like tomorrow's gonna be fun.
Well, like, we just don't know too much about it, so all we can kind of do is kind of just guess. And,
Theory
like,
craft and guess like what might.
We covered a decent amount. I would be surprised. Like, I'm down if it just takes place in Freehold, like as an area, because like again, returning to Battle for Azeroth to me is like, yes. But I feel like it's gonna be more like, oh, we're gonna reuse the assets from Freehold and we're gonna put something on the Dragon Isles, or we're gonna put it like somewhere in the open world. I'm genuinely curious to see what they're gonna do. Like, it has me at the edge of the seat at the very least.
Right?
Moshi monster and what's Moshi monster?
Banarak always
Lauren.
comes crawling back to WoW after whatever he plays. You know what, Ban?
This is
Just for
true.
the hell of it, come here. Let's do this real fast before while Kai's in the
Are we?
bathroom.
What are we doing? What are we doing? I swear
Time-
you're gonna have me. All right, we're gonna duel.
Time to run the mother
Is that
load.
it? Mother load. All
So,
right.
you know, yeah, let's do it. So I have a weird question for y'all. With the topic of like South Seas, and since it's not a South Seas expansion, but parts of it kind of are. Kata Classic. Show your face. My face is the panda in the corner. That's me.
So I hate to tell everyone this, but Box's face was stolen by Ko, the face stealer from Avatar: The Last Airbender. He is now a faceless one. So yeah.
Yeah, it did happen.
I love the music in the Motherlode. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, this dungeon's
down-
beautiful.
This is completely off topic, but since we're doing the Motherlode, I really want us to go back to Kazan to go to the Undermine at some point as a goblin capital.
Yeah, I would be
That
down.
would be-
Motherload?
Yeah, now we're in the mother load.
Okay.
Well, it was Box's idea. He was like, "Hey, I want to go do the Motherlode," and I was like, "Okay." And then we started talking about returning to Kazan and the Undermine and how cool it'd be. I've never ran this dungeon before.
Oh, it's a good
I
one.
actually I actually like the Motherlode. There's Battle for Azeroth is weird, but like this is like the one time where I'm like, oh, we went back to Kazan. I feel like it should have been a bigger moment, and I'm glad like at the very least Goblin's heritage armor they went back for it. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. But like it does feel like Kazan should have been like. I'd be honestly okay if this was like our Mechagon instead. Like Horde goes to Kazan, Alliance goes to Mechagon.
So
I think that would have been better.
someday I'll have a webcam on stream. But that day is
Get out of the
not today.
Motherlode.
Get out of the mother load.
Francium, how about you get in the Motherlode?
Yeah, this is actually the new patch we're playing right now.
Yeah.
We're on Pirate
yeah.
Island.
We're to return to Kazan. We're dealing with Galliwix, who's mustered up a pirate crew with the
Dude.
Venture Company and the Blackwater Raiders.
Ooh!
I could actually see Galliwix being involved tomorrow.
I was about to say that, like, legitimately,
I
like,
genuinely, like, no memes.
I'm
see that.
joking.
no, like,
It could-
I agree
I
with
think
Kai.
it could happen.
That's funny.
I
I'm gonna laugh
actually,
if it happens tomorrow and I'm correct when I'm joking.
I hope Azarok comes back. He was my favorite villain.
Azarok sounds like Bannerrock.
Bannerrock versus Azarok, the next machinima.
I think that was originally how I was gonna pronounce Ban's name, but I was like, Bannerrock sounds fine.
I kind of like
I love the
Bannerrock, though.
music. There's actually a funny story. There's actually somebody on Warmers Accord with the name Bannerrock, and like constantly you get mistaken for each other. It's hilarious.
1 October Leaf.
think I've
Why
seen
are we
him.
running Motherload? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is just, you know.
A box wanted to for some reason, and now we're just talking about going back to Kazan. Ew.
Yeah, we're actually playing. This is the new pirate patch we're actually playing right now, secretly. It's pretty good, pretty quality stuff here.
heck yeah.
We should do more machinimas in the Kazan box.
I'd be down for that. I for those who are just joining
remember-
us now, too, we have been talking about 10.2.6. There's been a lot of, like, it's one of those weird topics where, like, we have an idea of what we're getting, but we don't know. Like, what we don't know is the thing. But, like, the fact it's, like, pirate themed, like, that's all we can kind of go off of. So like, we've had ideas of like characters that might show up. Villains, I actually really like the idea of the Venture Co. and maybe Gallywix being involved, Kai. So what is this patch bringing? We don't know right now, actually. Besides it being pirate-themed, the whole community is unsure of what we're actually getting.
It's literally called a patch. If they don't have eye patches, that pisses me off even more now. That is a missed opportunity if we do not get a patch with our patches. You know what I mean? Like, I want eye patches.
All right, let's walk all the way back to the entrance now.
You know what?
No, you don't have to.
Wait,
there's a thing over here.
Awesome.
There's a thing over here. Yeah, you never
There's the Rousdung Shrine.
Yeah, you can
what?
You can get on the hot rod that everyone wants.
I have never... I didn't know this existed.
Wow.
Because like I would
Not
always just
true.
leave like the dungeon like at the
Oh.
end. This is I bet you. Holy moly! Yeah, this was patched in the pirate patch. Everybody, this is a new race
Yeah,
patch.
crash. Ah man, I really want
Dude.
that hot rod mount.
That's
I'm mad at
amazing.
myself. So I was scoping this dungeon out like a week or two ago on my goblin because I was like looking for a cool little IC home for him, and I couldn't find anything good in here. And I just realized I think we literally just rode over a big, like not big, but a fairly sized empty building, like right there when we were riding back.
Oh.
Like right
Well.
here.
BFA killed it in the art department. Like it was so good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Although this is just using assets from Cataclysm, but
But it looks so
it's kinda funny.
good.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, Cataclysm, it's still pretty good for its time, in my opinion.
For everybody
that's cool.
joining
Get it.
us, thank you very much too for hanging out with us live tonight. I hope
Yeah.
I hope everybody's having a nice start to their week. We're all
I hope
just excited for this patch.
I hope you're all having a horrible week. Not really.
Dang, this band guy's toxic.
Yeah, I changed ever since I did my own expeditions. You know. I'm jaded because of Azerite. Ugh, Azerite. I really don't care. I never cared about the whole Azerite system in BFA. Like, yeah, it was kind of like a nothing burger, but annoying nothing burger. I don't know. It never bothered me. Probably because I never grinded it like everyone else did.
Do you guys think we'll see Azerite anywhere tomorrow?
I kind of hope so.
I'd be down
to
for
some
that.
extent. Yeah, I was like, maybe not the Azerite system, but you know what I'm saying? Like, Azerite as a theme, I think, was kind of cool.
Like, it kind of just disappeared after BFA, which is
Yeah.
a little weird.
Despite the fact that it's supposed to be immensely, like, powerful.
Yeah, I always thought Azerite should have become more of like a thing in BFA, and then like afterwards still be a thing, and it really hasn't been.
Especially the way the story's told, like, this changes everything when Sylvana says it, and like the way she looks at it, like
It's
This
well, like
changes
to
everything.
put into perspective, it's basically the equalization of like a mini Well of Eternity, at
right.
the palm of your hand. So like, yeah, I'm gonna quote Spider-Man 2: "The power of the sun, the palm of my hand."
I like Spider-Man
That's
too.
basically what Azerite. That's the best one in my opinion.
I would agree with that. But like it just especially like the way we literally like annihilate Enzoth with it, even though I don't think he's actually dead. Like it's a thing that needs to be brought up, and I think War Within for sure will have something.
With Xal'atath farming Old God blood, I'd be surprised if she doesn't mix it in with Azerite.
Ooh, do you think I doubt we'll see anything from Xal'atath tomorrow because they have a whole patch dedicated to her soon.
No, I'd be surprised if they do anything. I mean, if they want to have a Redicron and Xal'atath just like, let's recruit some pirates, that would be too goofy.
I would low-key and really love that,
A
though.
Redicron and a pirate hat.
If we get different factions in pirate boats, that might happen. They could have like old god cultist pirates. That could be a thing.
That one person, I'm really bad with. I think it's Nightshade or Notshade. She or he, I forget their gender. I'm sorry. But they made artwork of eye patches, and like they showed me like a horde eye patch that they experimented on, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw that. They do really good artwork.
Too, yeah.
They do really.
I love that.
they
work,
really
yeah.
do. I would murder for like a horde. I think we talked about this, Elrin, when designing Bannerek's new look, but I told you like we should like at some point give Ban like a Sabron sash with like a horde logo on it for his desert look. This is spoilers for Machinima stuff. There you guys go. But like I just love the idea and concepts of like sashes, eye patches, and like it's
sashes. Honestly, yeah, we need more of those too. Like,
yeah, more of those. I just want more eye patches. Like this is a perfect time to do it, and I am building myself up to be disappointed tomorrow because there's a good chance they'll be like, nope, no new eye patches, or even worse, they give you eye patches, but it's just a recolor of the eye patches that exist in the
I
game.
would love plate eye patches.
or it's attached. They're attached to pirate hats.
Hi,
like,
Evo.
We are pissing Evo off with this one. He hates Island Expeditions.
Hi,
And we're
Evo.
talking about we're talking about the lore. We're talking about pirates. The next patch that's out that no one knows anything about. And then we're talking about BFA and Fondly. Yeah, we're pissing Evo off. Yay!
This is like I'm not gonna lie, doing the podcast live is actually really fun like this.
It is really fun.
I remember we did it a little
yeah,
bit in
of
Shadowlands, and like it was just like really chill.
I think it's good for stuff like this.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I got an item. Dark Animators Cowl.
Hey, it's Jitters.
Hey, Jitters. Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, it's just like a hood.
Talk about goblin shamans to calm his nerves.
And you were doing Island Expeditions.
Ben,
And that was my
can I
idea.
get that laugh one more time, please? Thank you.
Well, you got a new ringtone.
Oh god, could you imagine that?
So, wait. Would you say that like, oh hey, we're in Jorandal, Ben. This is the Machinima episode. I just had to say that to piss Evo off.
Yay.
So, what time do you guys think the servers are gonna go live tomorrow? I know it's a like random thing. Like, do you think it's gonna be a long maintenance? I have work all day, so it doesn't matter to me. But like, I'm just curious.
I'm gonna guess long maintenance because it's not been really tested at all on the test realm.
Right.
I'd be very shocked if it was like, here we go, it's up and ready very early. I'd say like Eastern time, I should say. Maybe like 5 or 6 earliest. 8 or 9 latest. It could even be longer than that, but I'm not. I'll be okay with it if it takes longer because I sleep a lot during the day.
So I do have a question for y'all that like we didn't even bring up. They said this is going to be an event for classic and retail players, and I think we brought up like the leveling piece, or it might have been with Evo earlier. But like, how do you think like this might be an event that for classic players too? Because a lot of classic players, they like playing classic, and a lot of retail players like playing retail. So like, how will it bring people together? I suppose. Do you think it'll be? Is it more? Do you think in terms of like, okay, well, if people want to play retail and get caught up, this event is for anyone wanting to return and get ready for War Within? Like, do you think that's a thing?
Hey,
and Panda.
Old Lee.
Oh yeah, old Lee. Yeah. I've seen him before.
You think he has any relation to Lily, or is it no relation?
No relation.
No relation. I think, again, like I said, I think Plunder Isle would be a really good combination to include here, because Plunder Isle, it was his own teased in Classic, and it's been in the World of Warcraft for a while in the lore. So maybe like Classic players go to Plunder Isle, and something that is there that kind of like hints at what's to come for retail. Like it's like a story in 2. Like
yeah, like I
part
mean,
1 in Classic, and then like part 2.
It could be
retail.
a thing they do in Season of Discovery is like a little crossover,
Yeah, but like like how in Silverpine Forest it's like a part 2 to the Gilneas starting zone.
Yes.
I feel like it'd be kind of like that, but with Classic and retail. So like retail would be more retail-y, and Classic would be more classic-y. But like they both kind of like finish each other. So like if you're like, I don't know who this character is, can you tell me more about them? You learn that more in Classic. I feel like you'd learn it in both though. Like I feel like they would do it in a way where you don't need to do both, but like it helps.
And it would be more Season
like,
of Discovery, right?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Kai.
Yeah.
That's probably what
Rude.
I would do
Phil
in
Steele.
terms of that. But that's the story part of me. I don't know about gameplay. That's the.
Oh my gosh, Mansaroy's invading this island, man.
No. That'd actually be kind of funny if Mansory was an actual character in Island Expeditions that you encounter before his raid.
I'd be happy. I miss Mansaroy.
I am forever shocked that I mean, Mansory was such a nothing burger character that I'm okay with like us doing stuff like that with him.
All right, Kai, we're gonna be banning Ban from saying nothing burger in the rest of the podcast. Would you agree with
I
that?
will say nothing burger for the rest of time. I will not be silenced. This is the land of the free.
All right, well, time to kick Ban from the podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god!
We did say beforehand that was going to wind up happening.
Apparently,
We did say that. I'm not even joking. We did say that before. We were like, you know what? We're gonna boot Ban from the college for all of it.
I think people just hate me.
Poor Ban.
I'm bullied by these two and every other friend group that I have. What did I do to deserve this? I'm just a sweet, loving guy who wants to talk about Rexar for like 5 hours.
And you played Halo 3 ODST on stream that one time. If you remember that.
I did. I died like in a loop for like 7 times. It was hilarious. Zelrin looped it for me. Not looped it. She clipped it for me. Good times. Good times. I miss those days of playing Halo for the first time.
So do you guys have any like, you know, like, because we've been going for about, I mean, I'm down to keep going as long as you guys want to, but we've been going for about an hour and 15. Do you guys have any like kind of not closing thoughts, but like anything you want to share, like you're excited for, whether it's in this patch or like War Within? Maybe a little bit of a discussion starter there.
I was just thinking about it, but the original concept for Ashevane was she was supposed to be like the queen of the pirates. I wonder if they're gonna play around with anything with that, with like her relatives or something.
I would be interested in that.
I know this is reaching. In fact, I can probably break my arms trying to reach this much. But I really hope somehow Shinsen Su's involved.
Ooh.
Yo!
I don't know. Like, just some kind of Pandora
That is
relevance
reaching,
would
just
be
a bit.
amazing. It is reaching, I know. But, you know, hey, you know, big turtle in the
We
water.
could get something with Lily just because she's like, hey, I want to go be a pirate, and that's so random because she had like nothing that like really, like in Mr. Pandaria and like in the books and everything. Like, did anything ever like speak to her as being a pirate? No. So why is that like suddenly reference? I feel like it would be a really good opportunity for them to be like referencing their books because I think there was a. It's the one that Madeline Rue wrote.
Oh, Shadows
that
Rising.
involved.
Yeah.
No, not Shadows Rising. Her other book series.
Oh.
Muzala and the Dreadlord. And there's like a kid who's like kind of a pirateer type of character.
Was it a short story?
No. I forget what it's called. Maybe people in the comments can help out. But like, basically, it's It was kind of like the Exploring Azeroth books, but more like story beated. So like this one kid was like captured or something, and like he's like searching for his parents. I think I can't remember. I never read it. I remember like Noble talked about it, but like it was like the first mention of Muzala. It had like a Dreadlord character helping out Muzala and like wanting to kill this kid. It had like a human character who was like the king of Dire Mol. It was crazy.
Huh.
But like maybe it could involve that character and Lily, maybe. I mean, they are with the time skip, they probably are adults by now. Because that was taking place during Mr. Pandaria, if I remember correctly. Traveler! Thank you. Yeah, World of Warcraft Traveler.
I forgot about those books.
I just remembered it while we were talking about Lily, and I was like, huh, was there any other books that kind of had like a, you know, mention of Lily being a pirate? And then I remember Traveler, and I was like, oh. Yeah, I think that would be cool, because like that's not it is a new character, but it's an established character in WoW. And I like that. I prefer when they do that, personally. Like, imagine if they ever added Koak into World of Warcraft. Ugh.
Tomorrow it just happened.
Mozala's first name dropped in Zul'Farrak. Yeah, but like, he didn't play a role in the story, Laurentian. I'm talking about like Traveler being like him actually being an entity that had a voice and had a role in the story. In classic WoW, he didn't do anything.
God, his
Kind of
design's
was
pretty sick. Muzala from like the
He,
dungeon.
he looks like the progenitor of like all trolls with his design because he looks just like a troll.
Yeah, he looks so like evil.
He is like Mozala on crack. Like he looks insane, and like I know we've talked about it already, Box, but like I think he is going to be in the troll heritage armor, and I'm wondering in what way, because like he is technically the catalyst character for the events of Legion. And
Oh,
Battle
I
for
know.
Azeroth.
I know. I like it. It feels like he should have been a bigger deal, like in Shadowlands.
I would remain firm. He should have been the main villain of Shadowlands instead.
I would have been for
He
that.
had such a cool design. He was behind the death of Vol'jin. Vol'jin would have been a bigger character.
Mhm.
It would have been so cool. Also, like, who doesn't like troll lore? I love the trolls. Trolls are like my second favorite horde race.
Kai, do you have any like last thoughts a little bit? I'm probably not gonna queue for another one.
Other than the Shinzen-Su thing, nah, not really. To be honest with you, it's really hard to speculate because I don't know. I just like I said, they're not really giving us much to work on.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously, I'm always holding out hope for some Pandaren stuff. Maybe some gnome stuff too. Obviously, I know that's taboo to some people, but I like gnomes.
Gnome stuff would be cool.
Heck yeah! I don't know how the heck that would work, but you know, pirate gnomes, sure, why not?
So I just want to say, like, I would second what you said. Any sort of, Pandaren stuff would be cool. I doubt we'll get it, but, if they do the racial stuff, we might, if we got Hawaiian boat that we were talking about earlier. But we're going to talk, I mean, I think, the last hour, we've had a lot of good discussions. Honestly, I'm not, like, no matter what they do, I will do my best to not be, like, I'm not keeping my expectations, like, out of this world. You know what I mean? Like, I want to just, like, I'm just going to enjoy whatever is there. And then, I think it is fun. I will say the thing I do like about them keeping it secret is we were able to have speculation like this. That's my thing. Like, I want to take a screenshot of this. It's wholesome. Okay. But, yeah, no, do you guys in the chat, first of all, thank you all very much for joining us tonight. If you, like, I'm still toying around with doing more live podcasts like this. We did this one because it's such a new patch coming out, but do you guys have any, like, questions for us before we sign off? I do want to say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us on your Monday night. I hope you guys kickstart your week, have a great week. But this was very, very fun. Very, very fun. Is
Not
this the
so much
classic
a
Kun-Lai?
question. I think it would be really cool if like the Iron Horde, because like in Battle for Azeroth you had like the Iron Horde ship show up for like the Horde fleet. That would be kind of cool if like they're involved in any way for like naval stuff.
Right?
Yeah. I'm down for really anything for tomorrow as long as I get my cosmetic eye patches. So that's all I have to say. I really want my new eye patches. If we don't get them tomorrow, that was always a possibility. I'd be disappointed, but I won't be like super disappointed. You know what I mean? Like, it's always have your expectations a little bit low. Don't have them too high, but don't reach for the sun, like I did.
You never want to have them too high. I feel like I've definitely done that before, and then I'm like, and then in retrospect, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, it's one of those things. I'm really excited to see what they do here, especially the way the devs have clearly been putting a lot of love into this one. So it's like, I'm excited.
I'm really hoping it doesn't, or it really does well. Simply not just from a greedy perspective, but also from the perspective of I would like to see more secret stuff.
Right.
Like stuff we don't know about well in advance. Just like if this works well, they could be like, oh well, let's hide a little bit of this stuff again. But I don't know. That's part of why I'm a little doubtful about it being too. I don't know the word, but like it being too much of a big deal. I'll be delightfully surprised if it is and it works out well. But yeah,
I think there is something to be said about stuff being hidden or like kept quiet for a while. Like I really do think that it's gonna be good for the game if they could do little things like this here and there. Like I think announcing what the main patch is nice, but sometimes it can almost take away from the story too. Like it's cool to see like it makes me wonder, and I'll outright say this, like sometimes like the Terran cutscenes I feel like would hit even better if we didn't know. You know what I mean? Like what was coming, and we saw it in game first. Rather than like, so that's what I'm curious. Oh, also, I hope if we get a Terran cutscene tomorrow or like any of those in-game ones, that would be cool.
Oh heck yeah!
I love those. They
I love those are so good. They've gotten so much better since Shadowlands. Like, you can tell that they've improved, and I'm excited to see what they do like in War Within with those.
big same. They look the Dragonflight ones are like real good.
You know we're gonna get a ton of them with Thrall Box. So you and me are gonna be like.
The coin flip for if Ban's eyes stays stinky or if the old patch finally comes off. That's the final topic here, like if that gets replaced. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining us. For those who don't know, Banarak on Twitter, Jakai 1992 on Twitter. I got it right that one time. You remember that? And then now I mess it up. I literally had it right in front of me too. But if you guys want to follow these two on Twitter or YouTube, and then us, Box and Jackalope, we do lots of silly content. But again, thank you guys very much for joining us tonight. And until next time, my friends. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye you.